What is the Matrix? I think that's a question that's been, coming up every since this movie came out 25 years ago. Yes, you heard me correctly. So strap yourselves in as I give you a re-review of The Matrix. Bad things, entertainment rankings and reviews. So, greetings, my fellow YouTubers, and welcome to Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. My name is Doyle, better known to you as the Big D, and this time around I bring to you a re-review of the 1999 sci-fi action flick The Matrix, released by Warner Brothers, written and directed by the Wachowskis. First installment of a film series, which stars Keanu Reeves, Laurence Fishburne, and Carrie-Anne Moss, plus Hugo Weaving, and it depicts a dystopian future in which humanity is unknowingly trapped inside the Matrix, a simulated reality that intelligent machines have created to distract humans while using their bodies as an energy source. When computer programmer Thomas Anderson, under the hacker alias Neo, uncovers the truth, he joins a rebellion against the machines along with other people who have been freed from the Matrix. The film was released on March 31st, 1999, after it had premiered a week before at the Mann Village Theater. So I'm celebrating its 25th anniversary early since I'm completely booked on that, which of course that's Easter because I've got plans for a Q and for my next Q&A. P.S. Don't leave any questions. Again, as I've said in my schedule videos, save them for the live stream. Okay. All right, that about covers it. This film is an example of the cyberpunk subgenre of science fiction. The Wachowskis' approach to action scenes was influenced by anime and martial arts films, particularly fight choreographers and wire fu techniques from Hong Kong action cinema. Yep. Other influences include Plato's Cave and 1990s Telnet hacker communities. It popularized terms such as the red pill and introduced a visual effect known as bullet time, in which the high end perception of certain characters is represented by allowing the action within a shot to progress in slow motion while the camera appears to move through the scene at normal speed, allowing the sped up movement of certain characters to be perceived normally. So, yeah. Well, it looks like I'm going to be okay with reviewing these with the shades on, so don't mind me wearing these. I mean, this isn't quite like what they wore in the actual movie, but it's kind of close, though. Okay, that about covers it. Let's get started. An abandoned hotel, a police squad corners Trinity, who overpowers them with superhuman abilities. She flees, pursued by the police and a group of suited agents capable of similar superhuman feats. She answers a ringing public telephone and vanishes. Computer programmer Thomas Anderson, known by his hacking alias Neo, is puzzled by repeated online encounters with the phrase "The Matrix." Trinity contacts him and tells him a man named Morpheus has the answers Neo seeks. A team of agents and police led by Agent Smith arrives at Neo's workplace in search of him. Though Morpheus attempts to guide Neo to safety, he surrenders rather than risk a dangerous escape. The agents offer to erase Neo's criminal record in exchange for his help with locating Morpheus, who they claim is a terrorist. When Neo refuses to cooperate, they fuse his mouth shut, pin him down, and implant a robotic bug in his abdomen. Neo wakes up from what he believes to be a nightmare. Soon after, Neo is taken by Trinity to meet Morpheus, and she removes the bug from Neo. Morpheus offers Neo a choice between two pills: red to reveal the truth about the Matrix, or blue to make Neo forget everything and return to his former life. Of course, Neo takes the red pill, and his reality begins to distort, awakening in a liquid filled pod among countless other pods containing other humans. He is then brought aboard Morpheus's flying ship, the the Nebuchadnezzar. I'm sorry if I mispronounced it. As Neo recuperates from a lifetime of physical inactivity in the pod, Morpheus explains the situation. In the early 21st century, a war broke out between humanity and intelligent machines. After humans blocked the machines access to solar energy, the machines responded by enslaving humankind and harvesting their bioelectric power while keeping their minds pacified in the Matrix. A shared simulated reality modeled on the world as it was in 1999. In the years following, the remaining free humans took refuge in the underground city of Zion. Morpheus and his crew are a group of rebels who hack into the Matrix to unplug the enslaved humans and recruit them. Their understanding of the Matrix's simulated nature allows them to bend its physical laws. Morpheus warns Neo that death within the Matrix kills the physical body too and explains that the agents are sentient programs that eliminate threats to the system, while machines called Sentinels eliminate rebels in the real world. Neo's prowess during virtual training cements Morpheus' belief that Neo is the one. A human prophesies to free humankind. The group enters the Matrix to visit the Oracle, a prophet-like program who predicted that the one would emerge, excuse me. She implies to Neo that he is not the one and warns that he will have to choose between Morpheus' life and his own. Before they can leave the Matrix, agents and police ambush the group, tipped off by Cypher, excuse me, again, a disgruntled crew member who has betrayed Morpheus in exchange for a deal to be plugged back into the Matrix to live a comfortable life. To buy time for the others, Morpheus fights Smith and is captured. Cypher exits the Matrix and murders the other crew members as they lie unconscious. Before Cypher can kill Neo and Trinity, crew member Tank regains consciousness and kills him before pulling Neo and Trinity from the Matrix. The agents interrogate Morpheus to learn his access codes to the mainframe computer in Zion, which will allow them to destroy it. Neo resolves to return to the Matrix to rescue Morpheus as the Oracle prophesies. Trinity insists she accompany him. While rescuing Morpheus, Neo gains confidence in his abilities, performing feats comparable to those of the agents. Now for the ending, you know the procedure. 5 seconds to sub this video. Go to the description box below. Fast forward to the time below. As I count down now, if you've seen the movie already, please continue. Okay, you've been warned. After Morpheus and Trinity safely exit the Matrix, Smith ambushes and appears to kill Neo, while a group of Sentinels attack the Nebuchadnezzar, excuse me again for mispronouncing. Trinity confesses her love for Neo and says the Oracle told her she would fall in love with the One. Neo is revived with newfound abilities to perceive and control the Matrix. He easily defeats Smith, prompting the other agents to flee, and he leaves the Matrix just as the ship's electromagnetic pulse disables the Sentinels. Back in the Matrix, Neo makes a telephone call, promising the machines that he will show their prisoners a world where anything is possible. He hangs up, puts his shades on, and flies away. End of story. So, what did I think of The Matrix? Well, I have to say, I love this movie. This movie is so incredible. It's amazing and it's exciting. I was impressed with this and what have you. The film became such a big success. It went on to make 460 million worldwide at the box office against its $63 million budget, becoming the highest grossing Warner Bros. Film of 1999 and fourth highest grossing film of 99. It got nominated for five, well, let's, no, not five. What's it, one, two, three, for four Academy Awards, where it won for all of them: Best Visual Effects, Film Editing, Sound, and Sound Editing. It also got nominated at the British Academy Film Awards, and the Wachowskis were awarded Best Director and Best Sci-Fi Film at the Saturn Awards. Of course, another thing I would remember is it won Best Movie at the MTV Movie Awards, which I took part in voting because I had been voting since I had gotten Satellite in 1997. And I took part in voting for some of them, and I picked this over the other films that was nominated for Best Movie. Of course, the other films were American Beauty, Austin Powers, The Spy Who Shagged Me, American Pie, and The Sixth Sense. So anyway, I'm just gonna say it was incredible. This film was just so incredible when I first saw it. Evidently, this was the biggest opening weekend for a Keanu Reeves movie when it came out ever since Speed in 1994. Yep, the film really got to do so well. It, in a way, spent three non-consecutive weeks on top of the box office. It stayed there for its first 2 weeks until it was being out by Life with A. Murphy and Martin Lawrence. But in its fourth weekend, it regained the top briefly. But however, Entrapment surpassed it the following week. Anyway, it was just so incredible and what have you. Overall, it was the third highest grossing R rated film at the time, just right after Terminator 2 and Saving Private Ryan. Following re releases, it has gone to make more and what have you. And is now the second highest grossing film in the Matrix franchise after its sequel, which I'll talk about. I'll get to that in a little bit. Now, for its reviews and what have you, everyone was really positive on this film and what have you. Now, as I've checked, the film sits at 83% currently on Rotten Tomatoes, saying thanks to the Wachowskis' imaginative vision, the film is a smartly crafted combination of spectacular action and groundbreaking special effects. Definitely, I agree with that and what have you. The critics praised its visual effects, the action sequences, cinematography, and the entertainment value. And I agree with them on that as well. Now, let's see. Some have described The Matrix as one of the best sci fi films of all time. Entertainment Weekly called this the most influential action movie of the generation. And yes, affirmative on that. Let's see. Now, Roger Ebert praised the film's visuals and premise, but unfortunately, he disliked the third act's focus on action. I'm saying, who cares? I liked it. I mean, the action sequences were flipping awesome, especially when when Neo and Trinity go after Morpheus, and it's non-stop gunplay. I loved it. Why, that was actually probably my favorite part of the movie overall. I mean, a lot of the other sequences in the Matrix is really good, but that gunfight with all those guards and what have you with Neo and Trinity, classic, never fails. And I gotta say, I liked how they introduced us to the bullet time effect. That was incredible. Well, there's so many so many good reviews of this and what have you. Yeah, so incredible. There were many filmmakers that actually mention this and what have you. Especially M. Night Shyamalan, who of course directed The Sixth Sense, which came out the same year. He expressed admiration for the Wachowskis, stating, "Whatever you think of The Matrix, every shot is there because of the passion they have. You can see they argued it out." Let's see. Quentin Tarantino counted The Matrix as one of his 20 favorite movies from 1992 to 2009. Incredible, huh? James Cameron, who had more recently had a monster hit with Titanic, called it one of the most profoundly fresh sci-fi films ever made. And Christopher Nolan, this was still before he even made it with the Dark Knight trilogy or any other films he's done, like Inception or Tenet. He had described this as an incredibly palpable mainstream phenomenon that made people think, hey, what if this isn't real? Hmm. So anyway, now you know about the Matrix and what have you, what they say and what have you. There's too many other things to talk about. I'm just giving you a few reviews and what have you from other people. Now, for our characters and cast, we have Keanu Reeves as Neo. I'm going to say I like his performance in this. This is probably one of my absolute favorite films of his. Now, don't get me wrong; you have to take my word for it. I'm sure a lot of you like some of the other films he did before this, like the Bill and Ted films, and let's see, and Speed, and let's see, and the original Point Break. And this was still a ways before he really made it big with John Wick. Anyway, yep, incredible. Now, actually, they wanted Will Smith to play the role of Neo, but he turned it down to make Wild Wild West, which also came out the same year, because of skepticism over the film's ambitious bullet time special effects. Nicolas Cage turned down the role because of family obligations, and so Warner Bros. Sought Brad Pitt and Val Kilmer for the role, but both of them declined. Leonardo DiCaprio initially accepted the role, but turned it down because he did not want to do a visual effects film directly after Titanic. So they pushed for Reeves, who won the role over Johnny Depp, the Wachowskis' first choice. Now, Laurence Fishburne plays Morpheus. I'm going to say he was absolutely good as well. This was another role that Val Kilmer was considered for. Same with Samuel L. Jackson and Gary Oldman. Now, the Wachowskis instructed Fishburne to base his performance on the character Morpheus in Neil Gaiman's Sandman comic series. Anyway, he does an incredible job on it. Carrie-Anne Moss, this was the film that introduced me to her, plays Trinity and what have you. Excuse me again. Anyway, I really thought this was incredible. Yes. Now, actually, they Janet Jackson was initially approached for the role, but scheduling conflicts prevented her from accepting it. However, she stated that turning down the role was difficult for her, so she later referenced The Matrix in the intro and outro interludes on her 10th studio album, Discipline. Sandra Bullock previously, who had was actually previously approached to play the role of Neo because they wanted a female. Lorenzo de Bonaventura did anyway. Yeah. Rosie Perez was another one. Salma Hayek, who also went on to appear in Wild Wild West, turned down the role, and Jada Pinkett Smith as well. But however, she would appear in the sequels. Hugo Weaving plays Agent Smith, and I'm going to say he was exceptionally good, a very good bad guy. Now, Jean Reno was the only one who was offered the role, but he declined, unwilling to move to Australia for the production. Well, that's understandable and what have you. Now, for the rest of the cast, we have Joe Pantoliano, who, well, I know him from numerous films, of course, from Risky Business and lots of other movies. He did a pretty good job. He had recently worked with the Wachowskis prior to appearing in The Matrix, starring in their 1996 film Bound. Yes, I remember seeing that film. Let's see. Marcus Chung plays Tank, the operator of the ship, and what have you. Very, very good character. Let's see. Matt Duran played Mouse, a freed human and the programmer on the ship. See, Gloria Foster played the Oracle, a prophet who still resides in the Matrix. Anthony Ray Parker played Dozer. That's Tank's brother. Julian Arahanga played APOC, another member of the ship, and Belinda McClory played Switch, another member of the crew. Now the other agents in the film are Agent Brown, played by Paul Goddard. Really, he did pretty good, and Robert Taylor as Agent Jones. Anyway, I've got to give all this cast credit and what have you. They were all exceptionally, really good and what have you. Don Davis's score for this was absolutely really good as well. But not only that, this film also had a pretty good soundtrack and what have you. That included Rage Against the Machine's Wake Up, a special remix of Rob Zombie's Dracula, and even Marilyn Manson's Rock is Dead. Anywho, The Matrix is such an incredible film. It did so well. It went on to originally have two sequels, but then got a third sequel more recently in 2001. But however, I'm not going to re-review that one though. After it's been over 2 years since that fourth film, The Matrix Resurrections, came out. So don't expect a re-review of that. Just the first three. So anyway, with everything said, I found nothing wrong with The Matrix. The effects were awesome. The action sequences were awesome. The cast was good. The story was good. The score was good. The soundtrack was good, etc., 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 etc. Enough said. Ooh, sorry, I'm getting carried away. My bad. But anyway, but overall, would I recommend The Matrix? The answer is hell yeah. Definitely go for it. So anyway, what did you think of The Matrix? Let me know in the comment section below. If you like this video, click the like button, subscribe, and be a part of the Big D Nation. And join me next time when I bring to you a solo re-review of its sequel, The Matrix Reloaded. So anyway, if you like this, consider checking out my reviews for some of these other films and what have you. I might as well give you some that's already more recently become a big hit from Warner Brothers. And that's the two separate parts of Dune. The upper left-hand corner is my review of Dune from 2021, which of course came out before The Matrix Resurrections, which that's spoiler free. The upper right hand corner is my review of its brand new follow up, Doom Part 2, also spoiler free. Or go to the bottom left hand corner and see my spoiler free review of a recent hit for Reeves, and that's John Wick Chapter 4 from last year in 2023. And the bottom right hand corner is the button you can click to subscribe. If you like rankings and reviews on movies, TV, music, video games, etc., then I'm your guy. Thank you for watching. Until next time, I'm the Big D saying, see ya.